I'm still learning how to do this, okay? I literally just came in today. Please get off my back. But, welcome to... For you! We're moving on from that. When it comes to me regenerating and changing my face or my gender, most folks probably think that my first regenerating into a woman was with the Jodie Whittaker era.
Don't shoot! Do you think I'm daft enough to stand here without shields?
But what if I told you I had actually regenerated into a lass back in the 80s?
Well,
Why don't we look back at that era? I'm gonna have to learn how to do this first. I'm gonna have to learn how to do this. Nope. Cat, what do you think? Colors? No? Hello there! I'm just looking at, what options I have. Well, goodbye there. Goodbye, kitty cat. I'm a little bit running low on concealer. That's not important, though, because we're looking back at a series of Doctor Who fan films starring, looking at the Barabera Benedetti Doctor. Barabera Benedetti Doctor, which was produced by Seattle International Films. Her time as Doctor for this film consisted of 4 films. 4! The Wrath of Ikor from 1984, Visions of Utamo, 1986, A Doctor in the House, 1987, and Broken Doors in 1988. Her version of the Doctor is an alternate of the 7th Doctor.
Dress? No. This is worse than I thought. This is all wrong. DNA matrix must have fouled. Nose is an improvement.
Barbara was actually a playwright for Angry Housewives. That was a show that she was currently appearing on at the time. And here's the thing, when it comes to her run, she didn't really know what Doctor Who was, and had actually got her friend Randy Rogel to play as her companion Carl the Chimney Sweep.
Good Lord, what in heaven's name happened?
Some sort of shock, apparently. Without a further examination, I can't be more definite.
Well, whoever did this is probably still here.
My perspective when it comes to fan films is, yeah, sometimes they can always have a sense of cheesiness, or, you know, sometimes when it comes to low budget. But, heck, I even have a bit of history with them, like, in high school, like, friends, we would always try to make them. We tried to go the distance and make them. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. But let's look at some of them. The plot to The Wrath of Ikor is that after regenerating, the Doctor meets a new companion named Carl. And they land in a commune for Vietnam veterans who are picked off one by one by a dangerous alien known as Ikor.
Paris.
Now that's playing with lightning. For a fan film, I think the cast and crew do a good job for it, especially since the production for this one isn't as big as something as the official show. But they do a good job, whether it's the acting in the forest.
You might consider being a bit more hospitable and accept this help we're offering you.
I don't want your help. I don't need your help. I'm going to wait for him to get back here, and then we'll see.
Very well. But you'd better be careful. You don't know what you're up against.
When one of the friends is hurt. And I'm gonna be honest, like, as a person who likes costuming, I really like her, like, costume, like, when in the episode. And I kind of wish that was her signature, look in her, series. But, you know, like, say, sometimes when it comes to the Doctor, there's not always a definite look. Because sometimes they'll have a jacket, sometimes there might be a time where they have trainers or something like that. It always depends on, like, what the costumes are, how they're wanting the character to look for that, you know, time for whether it's a Christmas special, whether it's something else, and all that.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
And, yeah, I kind of dig the first one. It feels like a classic Who episode. And sometimes there can be moments of humor.
If you've settled down, go in there and shut this place down.
And just how am I supposed to do that?
Just be tough.
What?
Then the cast and crew will return in visions of Yutomo, which for this film is that the Doctor and Carl hope to try to rescue a prince, which is kind of different in that, you know, like, when it comes to, like, say, rescue missions, they're usually trying to rescue the princess. And the thing about low-budget films is that sometimes the sets, pieces could be a lit, you know, for especially for this one, could be a little bit more, but then, you know, like, cause like, say, you know, but I understand why at times that doesn't always happen, because sometimes when you have a limited budget, sometimes, you know, you have to work with what your limitations are.
We meet again, Germaine. Welcome to your new home.
I thought when my father banished you, I'd never have to see your face again, Utomo.
Banished? Me? Maybe you were too young to remember, but when I was on your father's court, I commanded respect, authority. My counsel was gospel.
I mean, because then again, I could be saying, like, say, where's the shadow right there? That should not be there. Why is that shadow there? That is the shadow of a mushroom. A mushroom cloud lamp. I kind of like the costuming for this episode, and how, like, regal it is. And one thing that would I feel like this would have appeared, like, later in the Jodie era, is that, like, the king, I suppose, he goes, like, say, oh, this is the Doctor! Like, and then one goes, like, say, should we be trusting him?
Steve, can we trust this doctor? Absolutely. I've heard some very nice things about her. Strange, though. No one ever mentioned she was a woman.
I do like that idea, and the fact they say, wasn't this what the Doctor used to be? And they go, like, say, moving on. Because it's not like, say, okay, well, the Doctor changed. Okay, because I'm going to be honest, like, you're expecting the Doctor always changes.
Jack! I knew you would look better in these colors than me. Hello, Doctor.
What are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here, breaking you out?
And Randy, he has a dance sequence. And the dance sequence in this episode was actually in the script. After so many times of him bugging the writer, he does a good job. He makes it fun.
Gotta dance, gotta dance, gotta dance, gotta dance.
It's wonderful, it's marvelous that you should care for me.
There's a key word. There is a key word. Fun. However, behind the scenes, it seems like things were tough. With Johnson saying, this was probably the harshest shoot I've ever done. I had to record nearly 12 pages of dialogue in one day. It was a killer. But we got it done. And that's actually a pretty good point in the fact that sometimes when it comes to, recording or production, sometimes you just have to haul butt to get it done. The third episode in this series was called A Doctor in the House. Which is a crossover with another series, which is a cool idea. Apparently this one had to be done, they had to do a crossover because they weren't able to, have a connection with the Doctor. But at the same time, the Doctor and Carl barely appear in this episode. But when they do, it's pretty good.
Okay, Madam Doctor from another planet. Why don't you save us all some time? Give us the cure for cancer right now.
I'm not that kind of doctor. Besides, I'm operating under certain rules. I can be of some assistance and help to prevent a catastrophe, but it is totally beyond my authority to intervene that much.
The entire time I was watching this, I kept on say, who are these characters? Who are these? Guys say, where's the Doctor? At the time when I was first watching, I was like, am I watching the wrong thing? Because every so often, someone say, they're just a bunch of college students talking about a project with their professor going on. Yeah, the story for this one is a doctor trying to create a cure for cancer, but the device he is creating to do it could be dangerous. So the Doctor and Carl kind of appear to help to try to stop him from doing it. Not to stopping cancer, but just to stop using the dangerous weapon, the device. So, let's move on to the fourth story, called Broken Doors. This one being about the Doctor and Carl getting separated from each other as they go through doors. Thing that I think makes this one cool is that the jelly babies.
You were being kind. Nothing wrong with kind, jelly baby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are used, and they turn out to be explosive. I do like that idea because it feels like old school Who. Whenever the Doctor would just say, we don't like a jelly baby. The villain of the episode is an alternate of the Doctor. And eventually the Doctor and Carl kind of get reunited. However, they, they both are misled. They say, hey, the Doctor thinks she sees someone else. Carl thinks he sees someone else as well.
You want this?
Is this what you want?
I'll let you have it.
I'll let you have it.
And the Doctor gets wounded. The Doctor is good, given a good regeneration moment. It does make me wish the series had continued with this next Doctor. Who I think he might be gay-coded.
That's all right, Carl. I'm perfectly fine. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling a new man.
One things I think about this is that when it comes to having a female Doctor, it makes me think, especially when later happened in the official canon, is that perhaps the ideas that were probably in this fan series, they just go, oh, well, now the Doctor is a woman, so we're just going to just oh, okay.
Who are you? Identify!
Oh, mate. I'm the Doctor. Ring any bells?
Sonic device override!
I'll take that as a yes.
The Doctor is an enemy of all Daleks. Exterminate!
Moving on, and not really dwell on it, perhaps, I'll be honest, I hadn't really had the chance to go back to the Jodie era, and that when it was going on, I didn't really have a way to watch it, so yeah, I apologize for that. I feel like one thing that also probably would have, this Barbara's era for this, probably would have affected the Jodie's run of the character, and that she seen that Jodie's Barbara's version of the character seems to be a rather like say, hey, if you don't believe me, okay, well then have fun getting packed by an alien that you can't see or takes over people's bodies.
Ha! Got you now, Eucor. You didn't count on me setting out the force field in the tower, did you? All that electricity inches away, but insulated from you for all eternity. How do you like that?
So basically, her version of the Doctor is a very confident, like, at times she'll be goofy, but won't really always take much nonsense. I mean, she'll forgive you rather quickly, but at the same time, like, say, I've been around a lot, kind of deal. And I think all four of these all four of these films are pretty good, and worth coming back to. And I think at the same time, it's also time for me to head out as well. See you next time.